All right. We are live, guys. Here we go. Another episode of Game Notes Daily, right at noon. Here we come, presented by ScoreBet. That's a ScoreBet. Download today and see how the best sports app, period, does sports betting. I got to remind you, please play responsibly, 18 plus, Ontario only. Gambling problem, call Connects Ontario at 1-866 531-2600. I'd like to bring on my partner in crime. Obviously, he's right there, Matt Murley, the Mr. EBR.
What up?
What's up, buddy? And we got Mikey G. Mikey is Grinnell's producing. He's right there for us. Merles, invite everybody on. We got comments rolling in already. Welcome again.
Go.
This has been so much fun doing this. Right, Merles? Please comment.
So if you're new to the show, this is what we're gonna do every day during the playoffs, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon. We're gonna recap the games beat last night. We're gonna talk about our bad beats, our big wins. We're gonna give you new bets. We're gonna give you new props. We're gonna have a carousel of guests, and I think we might have a couple today. So we'll see what happens as the show goes on here.
Yeah, and I think right away we gotta bring on our first guest. We had him on yesterday. Pasha, right there. Oh, is he wiping his tears away?
Tough timing. I just threw some Visine and it looks like I'm crying. Come on.
He's still crying. So, boys, you guys were at the game together last night. Boots on the ground. I saw a great clip Merle's put online of you kind of just shaking your head. The place is going nuts. How was the atmosphere, first of all, boys? Pasha, how are you feeling? Pasha, just take it away. Take it away with how you feel. How do you feel today? It's 5-1 beat down the Rangers on your home ice.
I'm aware of the score, Army. Thanks. I think everybody needs to calm the fuck down. I said Devils in 6, and in order to win a series in 6, you have to lose 2 fucking games. So this is part of the process. Obviously, you don't want it to be the first game at home. That sucks. But like I said, I knew they were going to lose 2 games, so they got one out of the way. Tough start. I thought there was a lot of jitters in the first 10 minutes. It kind of showed that they were nervous. Ultimately, the difference, like I mentioned yesterday, discipline, lethal Rangers power play. What do you know? Miles Wood, stupid fucking penalty in the box. 10 seconds later, back your net. So, told you that one was coming. Yeah, the Rangers power play is dialed. You can't be giving those opportunities. They capitalized. After the first 10 minutes, though, also predictably, the Devils pushed the pace of play 5-on-5. Rangers were opportunistic, but the Devils were kind of running the play 5-on-5, and Shesterkin was the difference. He robbed
Igor was amazing.
Times.
We were sitting right there for two periods of it. He was amazing, but it was a beatdown of, like, it just showed a masterclass of experience versus no experience. Rangers were blocking every shot. They were finishing all their checks, and they dominated the game and took the. Luckily, there was enough Rangers fans there. It would have been a boring game. It would have been so quiet, but it was half and half almost.
So yeah, it seemed really like that. I know I see the comments rolling and people are talking about that. Lace, the arena sounded like a library, Pasha.
Settle down, Lace. Settle down, Lace.
Oh, it didn't, because there were so many Rangers fans there.
Well, I got to say, you got Fox 4 points, Keandre Miller with an epic pass to Tarasenko. You've got Lindgren flying down the wall going a la Connor McDavid, short side cheddar. The D for the Rangers are a massive problem for your Devils, Pasha. I mean, steering everything to the outside. Yeah, they're fast. Yeah, they're good off the rush. And the Rangers, for the most part, once they got their game going, fed that. They turned the puck over. They didn't want to get down low. Biz talked about it big time on TNT last night. But the Rangers D were accepting the speed, accepting it, keeping to the outside. That Mikala was a horse, just slide blocking, knocking guys down. He's all over the place too.
He's huge. Keandre Miller's huge. These guys taking up the whole ice.
It's a problem for the little speedsters, the little water bugs.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. The boys just gotta learn to hit the net. They missed a lot of good chances in the net. I'm worried about Igor. Igor's a problem. I'm not worried about the Rangers D. But surprise, surprise, Patrick Kane, invisible 5-on-5 all game. He was completely invisible. He was completely invisible. Yeah, sure, he got his one apple on the power play. Wasn't even moving, just a little dish like this. And what did I say? He was going to get all his points on the power play this series. He was invisible 5-on-5.
I got to say,
that whole line was invisible.
The whole line, yeah. And I got to say this. A little comment by you at the start, and a little comment. You said we'd see more woof moments. it looks like something's bugging him. Like it looks like
Yeah, no shit, dude. He almost got shut down for this season and not traded because of his hip. That's like the worst kept secret in hockey. Friedman was talking about that all season. Like this guy not only is over the hill, plus he's hurt. Like that's why I'm saying this guy's not a factor anymore. Everyone's like, "Oh, bro, this guy won the Conn Smythe in 2013." Yes, Kane's one of my favorite players of all time, but that's a fucking decade ago. Players age. Nobody beats Father Time. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But another issue, another big issue, Merles, and tell me what you guys saw, boots on the ground. Devils power play.
Oh.
They didn't have a shot on net.
They didn't have a shot. They didn't get a shot.
They didn't have a shot. Which
bad.
What? You're not going to win fuck all, Pasha, if this power
Yeah,
play can't.
I'm not defending that.
That was just
I'm not defending that. That's really bad.
Is that Rangers PK so good? Which it did look really good. They were getting sticks on everything. They were in lanes. How many shots did they block? It was out of this world. And the power play was like literally nothing. Not
really
even
bad.
Close.
Yeah, that hurt them. They had three power plays in the first, generate nothing.
The one goal right in front of us when Hughes didn't stop on his D man, he's twirling and swirling, looking to get that 100th point still, and the D walks right around and goes in. You can't do that in playoffs. You got to stop on pucks.
I will say, there's a lot of blame to be pointed around. I thought Hughes looked good. Yes, he had a handful of tough turnovers. There were some jitters early. But he was generating lots of chances. He had that one in the second period where he danced. I think it was Mikkola.
Yeah.
Would have been an unbelievable goal. Got robbed by Shesterkin. And I said this to Merles when he got that penalty shot with like 2 minutes left. For such an irrelevant goal, in a 4-0 game to make it 4-1, for such an irrelevant goal, I do think it was a big goal, even though that sounds contradictory. Just in the sense of, one, it gets rid of that sort of aura of, oh, Igor's unbeatable. It's like it just gets that out of the way. This guy's human. You can beat him. And two, gets Hughes' first playoff goal off his back. That's just one less storyline to talk about. So as far as irrelevant goals go in like a 4-1 game, I think there is going to be some positive effect from that goal moving forward for the Devils.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you about the rest of our night, though. After the game we went over. Kevin had us over at American Whiskey. It's a bar right outside the arena. We go in there. He comes out with the 2 big 6-packs, a big deal brew for us. It felt like a Chicklets meet and greet in there. Every guy was hockey guy, Chicklets merch. There was a big, huge guy with a Mr. Ice sweatshirt on, and it was a great time in there. Even though the Devils didn't get the win, we had a great time over there.
Yeah, shout out Kevin, American Whiskey, fellow Persian.
Great spot, right that. Next to the rink.
That's awesome. Did you guys meet up with Singer? Was Singer at the game?
Oh, we didn't
see Singy boy.
I seen Singy's on the chat here. He's chiming in. I saw someone else say, "Do you start Vanacek next game?"
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, listen, he wasn't stellar. He could have been better, but he was not the problem. There was a lot more problem. There was a lot more problems ahead of him.
Yeah, I agree. They have to get more inside. They have to be a little bit more battle hardened, I think, against this Rangers team, or their D are just going to eat them up. Like, it's just too easy. Needs to be better, and their power play has to be a threat. And that's the bottom line. Pasha, any closing words before we let you go and continue to fake like you're putting Visine in your eyes, like you're not
Yeah, that was a tough start there. No, I'm not really going to make any more big, bold claims. The Devils have been really good at bouncing back all year. I think you're going to see a really different showing from them on Thursday. And to all you fucking Rangers fans DMing me, commenting on my posts, acting like you just won the series, won the cup, relax. Game 1 of a 7-game series. I said Devils in 6. You have to lose 2 to win in 6. Relax.
There we go. There's spoken like a real calm fan. A real calm.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Composed,
good job.
Stable Devils fan. All right, Pash. Have a great day, buddy. What a guy.
Whoa.
What a guy. How was that like being out with him for that?
I had to stop like cheering because I was feeling so bad, like sitting next to him when it got 4-0. I'm like, yeah, and I'm only with him, so it was kind of getting awkward, and I kind of calmed things down.
I just seen a post. Someone chimed in. Tanner Brown. G, you want to throw that one up there? This is the big question, I think, of the day, because it was a big theme last night. Every road team won, Merles.
Crazy.
Every road team won. Only 2 teams have held serve so far in their first games, the Bruins and the Canes. We'll see them again tonight, but it's like, this is crazy.
It's wild.
I think that was the wrong one.
I was shocked. I mean, we got to move on now to probably the biggest shock of the night.
What do you got
the
for
next
me?
game? That
Leafs
beating,
Tampa.
beating.
Oh,
I didn't get to really
my
see it because I was
God.
at that game, but I just kept getting the score updates. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God. I thought Leafs power play advantage. I thought tired Tampa advantage. Everything's pointing to Leafs home ice advantage. Maple Leaf Square was packed. I mean, it was sad last night working TNT with Busy. And Busy Biz in
Yeah, how was he
particular. Did you see his tweet? They threw it up on the board. Team of Destiny during the national anthems. Hunter Ryan chimes in. Toronto masterclass. He said.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
Merle.
something on Spit and Chicklets. They put like,
There it is.
here's the Leafs again or something. I was dying laughing.
Oh my God, Biz celibacy might actually cause Tampa sweep. Biz load management. This is so good. Leafs collapse is the best annual tradition. Vasilevsky still playing. How do people forget that? I think Witt called it right. How do you bet against this team?
Mm-hmm.
Last Chicklets episode, he said that, like, he named off all the things, but he can't bet against them. That was a Witt masterclass. And
Yeah,
like,
we should all listen to Witt.
oh, unbelievable what that game was, though. And it just was like a runaway. And Bunting's going to he has a hearing. He's going to be suspended for that hit on Chernak. I know no Hedman. So it's like you lose the battle. Yes, Merles, but is there a possibility that they could win the war? Like if, this series that is missing those guys is going to be huge. You can't miss Hedman. He only played the first period, didn't come back for the second, but ultimately they fell on their face. And their goalie stink.
Yeah. If Hedman doesn't come back, then it's a whole different series. If he's fine to play, I mean, I gotta believe in Witt after seeing that. Tampa, they all looked like I've been watching the highlights. They looked energized after their goals, like all fired up to do this again. Where at the end of the regular season, they were kind of like, looked like they're going through the motions.
Yeah, it was a major fall on your face moment. I thought Samsonov said he played like shit. That was his exact comment after the game. I mean, amazingly interesting to see the goaltending, though. Like, he was giving up rebounds left and right. Leafs couldn't corral anybody. Power play went to work for Tampa. Kucherov lit it up. Corey Perry looked like Barzell sweeping around in the offensive zone, leading to the first one. I mean, it was unbelievable to see the way they kind of manhandled them a bit too, right? Physically as well, wouldn't you say, Merles?
Yeah, I didn't get to see too much of it, like I said, but I've been trying to catch up on it. But yeah, it looked exactly like the last couple of years. Tampa looks to be back.
I think Bunting gets a game. I seen someone mention that. What does Bunting get? I think he gets a game. Leaf fans complaining about the refs a lot. What do you make of this, Mur?
Like I said, I didn't get to see too much of that one, but the refs are always going to be the refs. We can't be blaming them too much, but I don't know which call they're talking about here.
Yeah, what are they talking about? What call? Why won't people talk about Macaulay Keefe conflict of interest 0-7 in playoffs when West refs?
Where was that stat for us yesterday?
Yeah.
AV, we need that before we put the bets in.
Yeah, mostly for gambling.
Is that a conflict of interest, or is that just the Leafs suck in the playoffs?
Yeah, yeah, what is it more importantly? Exactly, G. Exactly.
Oh, look at that. Colby looked like a man rocket in the maroon suit last night.
And then he gave us $5. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's that, your
Holy
burner
shit.
account?
Who is that? Is that my mom?
Hey, Mrs. Armstrong.
Hey, Mom, thanks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Who was that? Much love. Aloha from Hawaii. Never been to Hawaii, Brian. I would love to go there. Thanks for the compliment. You're a beauty. Appreciate the donation. I don't know who gets that. G's running right to ScoreBet.
Well, here's the series odds now on Barstool Sportsbook. Tampa -150, the Leafs +125. So if you still believe in the Leafs, a believer, you can get good odds on them now.
Yep, there we go. Okay, we'll move on from that disaster fucking bonfire of a game. I have to say it was like amazing though. It was like all the hope, all the promise, like Leafs, this is the year, and then it was just the ultimate kick in the dick. It was a dick with steel toe boots last night. Only game one. We'll see what can happen. The other game, Vegas Jets. I'm kicking myself with steel toe boots in where right now because I was on the Jets. Mur, you have my text confirmation. You're wearing your Jets shirt. I was on the Jets in 7, and then on the podcast, guys. I don't know why I did a flipper doodle like Witt style with Tampa Leafs thing, and I went Vegas and Stone coming back and all this stuff and the team that they were this year. And, you know, like the Jets look like the Jets. The Jets look like the Jets.
You called them out.
I got
Now
them
they're
going.
coming.
Game notes got them going. I called them out. Wake up, Jets, I said. And I'm telling you, boys, they were smothering. They were physical. They were everything. They were Connor Hellebuck. Their D was solid. Like, that was a playoff team. That's the Jets team, Merles, we've been talking about much of this year on game notes. I was amazed. Gee, you got something? I was fucking amazed.
That was my pick of the night. I got to eat some crow here. I mean, I said Eichel plus 1.5. I think he had 0 shots and was -3, so good one, G. Pick of the night. Vegas looked like shit, to be honest. I thought Winnipeg looked incredible. Yeah, they looked brutal, and like the goaltending. That's people aren't talking about that enough. Like that's an issue there.
Yeah, I think you got to go with Quickie and just hope he gets the magic, gets everybody going for his last ride.
Yeah,
try to change it up.
I'm just amazed at like that's the Winnipeg. That's the clogged up big body playoff hockey Winnipeg can play that I saw during the year that we rode hard. Like when was that? January, February, like late Feb
we were puck
when they were.
Them. We were hitting them.
Fuck! They were killing everyone, and they're just so smothering once they get going. They're the biggest team I've ever seen in the NHL. They're huge, and they just played like it last night. Congrats to the Jets. I was wrong. I'm jumping back on the Jets bandwagon. Let's go
too.
Jets.
I'm officially back. That's why I wore the shirt.
Yeah, RA's hard on the Jets. We know that.
He had him last night, big.
Yeah.
He had him, and he had Connor scoring a goal, so RA's hot
Holy
right now.
shit, RA's winning with the Jets. Way to stick with it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jets. Good to see. Winnipeg, I love it. Out west, my people. They're loving it. Another win on the road by the Jets and heading to the last game of the night. One of the teams that I think was the most surprising, amazing team. Seattle against Colorado in Ball Arena in Colorado. Seattle comes out and they might be the biggest dog looking team you've seen. Like, and I mean the fight and the dog. Because they were just like rabid. Every line, compete level. They looked fast as shit, Merles. Did you see that?
They're just coming. Yeah,
they're turning them over. The depth on this team is unbelievable. Grubauer was rock solid. Like
it's like they're all the same line. They just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. It's no big superstars. It's just the same guys coming out.
Oh, it just depth, performance, checking, in your face ability. Like they have the scrappiness to their team, like total top to bottom. And if it wasn't McKinnon, if it wasn't Rantanen, if it wasn't Makar trying to do something, I felt like there wasn't much. Like they were just right on top of them. So, in a game in that situation where I think we maybe underestimated them a bit, I knew they'd be tough. They'd be a tough out, but when I saw last night, I was just like, holy shit.
I'm taking some of the blame because I left my Avs jersey at home. I didn't think we would need it for these first couple games. I was completely wrong. Seattle, they jumped all over them, but I'll be back on the Avs for game 2. These are the kind of games I like to find. And right now you can get the Avs series for -150. I can live with myself if the Avalanche lose to the Kraken. I can lose 150 to win 100.
So the one thing we went over and something to keep an eye on for you gamblers, Merles. 3 games this season, head-to-head, 3-2, 2-1, 3-2. One was a shootout, one was an overtime, and last night 3-1. Like, I think the way Seattle plays is as much offense or offensive, firepower with Rantanen and McKinnon and Makar. I just think the way they play and check it, they're going to be like kind of lower scoring games for whatever reason. I think those kind of 3-2, 3-1, those standard, playoff style games, Merles. What do you think?
So let's circle the unders. Pay attention to the unders.
I think pay attention. I think that's a good one to go. And moving on here, let's tee up tonight, Merles. What do you think? You want to get to tonight?
We're back to, game 2s.
Game 2s, Carolina, one of the 2 teams that held serve on home ice. In Raleigh, raucous building against the Islanders, but it was just one of the more boring, quiet games. Carolina, a couple goals.
Here we go. We got the Islanders super fan here.
He looks like I saw him on his live stream at Borelli's. Frankie Borelli, ladies and gentlemen. I got to hear how you're feeling tonight, heading into this game, what you're going to be doing tonight, how you're going to prepare, and what do you think is in store for Islanders Nation with your team trying to get a bounce back on the road tonight? Bring it back home 1-1. Best case scenario.
Thanks for having me, fellas. Obviously nervous, was really nervous going into game one. We're underdogs in the series, but that's the Islander way. They're never going to be favored in any series they've ever been in, and that's just the kind of style of hockey that they play. I left Borelli's feeling better than I thought I would. I thought they played their style of game, and I think they proved to themselves and to us watching that this is going to be a long series. I picked the Islanders in 7. You have to lose 3 games to do that. It was a special teams difference. The Islanders go 0-4 on the power play. The Canes go 2-4 on the power play. They lose 2-1. That's a 1-goal game for, I think it was 58 minutes.
Like, that's the way it's going to be, Frankie, I think, right? It's no matter what, as bad as the Islanders play, it's going to be no matter what. I think it's going to be tight like that with both these teams.
For sure. And it's like every single shot from the blue line can find a hole and just go in. Like, it's one of those, and everyone's like, why are you living and dying with every shot? Because that's what Islanders hockey is. It's like they're blocking shots. They're fucking pushing guys to the corners. They're not giving them anything. Yes, the Canes had 37 shots on goal.
That's what they do.
Sorokin was out of control as usual. I'm more upset that, like, they could have won that game. It could have been one of those, like, all-time steals by Sorokin to just go into that building, shut them out with 37 saves, but it just wasn't in the cards for us. They couldn't stop Aho on the power play. They're really good on the power play. I didn't think they would be that good. I mean, you've got Burns fucking moving like he's 28 years old. I mean, that guy's moving around like he's 26 years old again. What the hell's going on? He's driving to the net one-handed, fighting off Kyle Palmieri. Like, what are you doing, Brent Burns? Are you kidding me? What year is it? But I feel good, man. I think that they're going to come out tonight. I think they were a little bit nervous to, like, go into another building and see, like, how they were going to be able to match up. They barely got into the playoffs. Game 82 got them in. You go into game 1, you barely lose. I think we're in a good spot right now. They have to come out tonight. They have to score in the power play. Bo Horvat needs to show up. That's just as simple as that. Barzal and Bo Horvat need to connect, and that's how you're going to win the game. Yeah,
and I got to ask you, Merles, you want to? I don't know. There's big controversy about the jersey you wore at the.
There was a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone calls them the fish sticks jerseys. They brought those back this year. The Islanders' record in them was incredible. So basically, Brock Nelson sent me that jersey because he knew how much I'm a Brock Nelson fucking guy. He's my guy through and through. I wore it to specific games. I would pick and choose which games I was going to wear it. It was 9-0 for the season. It was like, I would legitimately leave it home and the Islanders would lose. I was picking and choosing what games to bring in. I'm a superstitious guy. I'm a fan. That's all I can be. So I try and bring everything that I can to the table. I thought that game was a fisherman jersey game. It was a mistake. It's staying home tonight. And that's not because I think they're going to lose. It's because I have to let it go now. I was 9-0. I got a loss on the table. I have to let it go. I got to find something new. We'll find something. We're going to go into the closet. We're going to figure something else out. I might bring something back from 2 years ago. We'll see if I can even find
that one behind you. My boy, Trotz.
Is that a Trotz? Yeah. I might bring the Trotz in. But
my guy, Trotzy.
That thing's signed with all 4. Yeah. He signs all 4.
You can't have Stu slobbering all over it at the watch party.
Are Stu going to be together again at Borelli's?
Stu's at Borelli's tonight. We've got, the place fits 200. We had like 380 people back to this place for game 1 against the Hurricanes. The vibes on Long Island are high. We're going to be running, I think MSG Network's coming to Borelli's tonight and going live from Borelli's. In between like the periods, we're going crazy with Sparky the Dragons coming in. So it should be a fucking scene. You got any
action? You got any action that you're thinking, like, not in a delusional way? We need something from you.
Give us a goal scorer from the Isles.
Oh my God. I really, if you want some value, who's been playing unbelievable. I talked about it on the preview with you guys. This guy, Hudson Fasching, that came out of nowhere. He's always on the puck. He's drawing penalties. He is a guy that's going to drive to that. I don't even know if he's available on sportsbooks right now to score.
Plus 2,800.
I love Hudson Fasching to just clean something up right now. Like, he's going to go out there. They're going to get the
anytime goal.
Anytime goal, Hudson Fasching and Zach Parise.
Oh, that was first goal.
Those are my 2 guys, Hudson Fasching and Zach Parise. They are the ones that are establishing offensive zone time, and something's going to happen with that line. It happened all year. Zach Parise had 21 goals this year. Hudson Fasching had
Davey Singer. Davey Singer right here in the chat.
Right now, that's it.
Palmieri will score tonight.
Palmieri's looked good, too, ever since he came back from his injury. This team has a chance. I'm telling you, we need Romanov back on defense. I think right now this guy Bolduc is a little bit nerve-wracking. They're bringing in a rookie. He made a couple big mistakes towards the end of the year, but guys, Sorokin, anytime you go into a game with Sorokin, you have a chance. I know this is a very Islanders heavy segment. Carolina Hurricanes are very good team.
That's why we brought you on. That's what
They're
we
a very
brought you
good team. So I'm not downplaying what they're doing over there. They scare the shit out of me. It's going to be a great game.
Yep.
I'm very excited.
I think very balanced thinking right there. I see some people saying you're delusional in the chat, but you're very balanced and fair. This is a very fair fan right here.
I'm
of
always
this
going to be
Islanders team.
delusional, guys. This is what I
Yeah.
talked about with you guys a couple days ago. It's the ride. It's the run. Act
Yeah.
like you've been there before, people are telling me. Why would I act like I've been there before? I've never been anywhere. This is where I am. This is what I do. I just scream and I get excited. I'm with my dad. I'm not going to give that up. I get messages all the time like, man, I wish I could go back to the times watching games with my dad and my pals and watching my favorite team and get like, I'm not going to give that up right now. I'm living it. This is what I do. I live and die every fucking moment.
Yep.
If you have a problem with that, you can just hit the little X on the top of the screen and you don't have to watch it. But we're watching Islander games from Borelli's and we're fucking winning tonight. Plus 148. Let's go. We're winning tonight. We're bringing it back.
We'll leave you with that, Frankie. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Frankie.
We'll be
Thanks,
following
guys.
along.
Love
Love,
you.
your fandom. What a beauty. Watch the live stream at Borelli's tonight. Live and die with those guys if you're an Islanders fan. I think it was fair what he said. He's scared of the Canes. They're a good team. There's no question. I saw someone make a comment like, the Kane disrespect is unbelievable. The Canes are a good team. Who's disrespecting the Canes?
No, don't you have a couple Canes bets tonight?
I do have Canes
that you
bets
like?
tonight. You want me to give them right now, or do you want me to wait to the end?
Yeah, I need some Canes talk.
Canes power play goal over half. So they got to get one power play goal, which they got 2 last game, which won them the game. Aho and Nason plus 100. I also like over 1.5 power play goals plus 160 in the game. So
either team.
Either team. I mean, there's 2 power play goals. The Islanders got to get going. They're not going to win a series scoring one goal a game. Like, I mean, it's got to turn. They've got to get some more action. They're going to be desperate a little bit more tonight. I like that plus 160 for 2 power play goals in the game.
Yeah, I like that because you root for either team. That's a fun way to watch the game.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll probably be on the under 6.5 part of that boost again. I had this boost the first game. The same teams playing. Hit the under 6.5. Hit the Bruins. Dallas is up 2-1. Oilers were up 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing, and then it fell apart. But I'm coming back with the same one tonight on Barstool, I think.
Okay, that's awesome. Mark that down, folks. Mark that
again.
down. Game Notes Daily. Mark it down. Boston, Florida tonight. Florida loses the first game on Boston's home ice, 3-1 win. No Bergeron. Lyon with a weak goal on Marchand goal to go up 2-0. Kachuk was like their only hope. Florida went 0 for 2 on the power play. Merles. The special teams is just so massive. Like, what do you see happening here? Is Florida going to scratch into this series a little bit? Bennett back for Panthers likely. I'm seeing right there from Chris.
Not in Boston. They're not going to get it done in Boston.
Yeah, Chris and
it
Sean
looks like
are.
Bergeron's still a no-go. He didn't skate yesterday.
Yeah.
He's feeling better, but still questionable. But we saw how much depth they have. They're going to take care of business. That was the worst they could play, and they still won. So they'll be ready to go tonight. I can guarantee you that.
I got one pick for you guys for tonight.
All right.
Let's go.
I thought he was one of the best players on the ice last game. Charlie Coyle. Thought he looked fantastic. Anytime
great.
goal scorer, Charlie Coyle, plus 350. And that is on the Barstool Sportsbook and ScoreBet app, baby.
I like that, Coyle. When I was coaching out in Rochester Army, he came out and trained with me and Francois Mathot for a couple days. Put him through the rigors. You know, guy's been on fire since then. So I'm going to take a little bit of that credit. I was getting the pucks from the corner and putting them into the middle so he could take them and go down and train.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So.
But he's a big horse, good-looking dude.
Huge guy.
Curly like hair, like fro hair.
He had 4 shots on goal last game, so he's sniffing.
I mean, that third line with Taylor
Carter
Hall,
Lung.
Trent Frederick, it's just they're nasty.
Carter Ling. Ling, is that how you'd say it? Coyle. What do you say there? Whip by me too fast. People are really getting in on the Boston stuff. Coyle was buzzing. There it is right there. Great comment. Oh, someone else dropped some more money in there. $2 from
Where's all this money go?
Dusty Bendy sauce.
Hopefully it goes
Spoilers
into my-
are terrible. They just
Barstool
happen to
account.
have McDavid, who got 0 points in the first game. Should we move on to that game,
Yeah,
or
move
we
right
want to
over
hang
to
on
that
this?
game,
Let's go
man.
right to that game. LA Edmonton 4-3 win in overtime. Epic comeback in the third period. Kopitar 4-point game. Just a machine. Scores the tying goal with like seconds left in the third. Assists on the winner. Power play markers. Penalties a massive issue for for the Oilers. Kings going 2 for 6 on the power play. No points for McDavid. Leon gets a couple. What are we thinking here,
I think
Merles?
Bo Ford's got a camera in my room here and is reading my notes.
What's he
Hammer the
saying?
Oilers 3-way and anytime McDavid. But my big play on this, these superstars, these legends in all sport, their backs against the wall. They come out flying. I got number 97 for the first goal, plus 700. I've seen him before. We were up there in Edmonton. It was game 3 of the conference finals, and he came out like he shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
And went down and scored in the first minute. So I'm expecting that exact same thing from him tonight.
Yeah, Bouchard jarred that one bar in. Like, it's just unbelievable. Everyone's hailing beers down on the ice in Edmonton. They couldn't believe it. Just penalties. They got to stay out of the penalty. I think
Stay out of the
Leon.
box, you'll be fine.
Leon said we got to be more mature than that. That's you give up a lead like that. You let them scratch back into the game, and that was a failure by them to control that game, right?
But this, my biggest play too, is get over and bet the series. Oilers minus 130. Again,
there you go.
If they lose the series, I can handle losing $130 to win 100. That's great odds, great value on the best team in the West.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, it was a game that shocked me because they were in complete control. Couple bad sloppy penalties that led them back into this game. And I remember watching in the dying couple minutes, they took that penalty again. I think it was that big Desharnais, that little trip call where he swung his stick around. Yeah. Kopitar pass. The Kings are no joke, but when
Kings are good. The Kings are legit. They're
when you
fast,
control a game like that, Merles, when you're up and you're
Mm-hmm.
controlling a game like that and you let them come back in, that's just momentum killer in a series. That just sucks. But I like what you're saying. McDavid, no points. He can't be held off too long. So I'll be interested to follow and watch that game. That's going to be a hell. I think that's going to be a hell of a series. I think it's just going to be a hell of a series out west.
It's a must-win already for them.
All these teams, every team in the West,
go on the road 0-2.
Every team in the West all lost their first games on home ice. So there's a lot of pressure out west right now. Here we go. Riker, Morrow. Oilers are historically slow starters, 0-6 in their last 6 games. In their last 6 game ones, hammer the Oil series, Oil 3-way, and McDavid
I saw that
anytime
stat
goal.
Afterwards too. I don't know why I can't see these stats before.
Yeah. Where are you
Give
people?
me the stats in game 2.
Let's go. Get the chat firing. We need all these stats from all you hardcores out there. I love that they're firing in here. Probably have tons of people watching right now. This is epic. No content anywhere. Evan Knoll here, Merles. Sorokin, 31.5 saves. You want to go the over. History repeats itself. Canes, home shot, shoot the puck. They funnel pucks. They shoot pucks.
I love shots or saves.
What they have
Those are
last
so
game.
Fun.
Hold on, I got it right here. Time. They had 37 shots on goal last game, but they always have they're traditionally the highest shooting team.
What's
shot
Singsy doing? Did Singsy just throw $19.99 in the pot?
Singsy buying a beer and giving a thanks to Merles for helping to pay for my daughter's wedding with his Pixie VR. Wow. What a legend, Singsy.
Oh no, what's going on in Tapper? I got my Finnish game going on. Is something going wrong here?
Well, we got comments on here.
Yeah, I saw a couple. 1-1. Damn it, it was 1-0.
Yeah, I saw this one. Doughty, Kopitar, elite, totally.
Yeah,
Dano, throw Dano in there too. Dano, elite.
Throw Kempe in there.
Throw Kempe in there, elite. Going to be a hell of a series, buddy. Let's go to the next one that was just chaotic. Double overtime, Merles. Minnesota somehow survives Dallas, who was in complete beast mode through both overtime periods. Late into the third too, they just started taking the game over, and they were just surviving. I mean, Hartman, completely banged up, could barely move, picks up a puck, just kind of pops to him, and he makes unbelievable. It was unbelievable how it just popped to him. Heiskanen was just dominant. He played 41-42 of that game. Gustafsson was good. Gustafsson kind of stole that game late, and they hung around, and it was a physical, hard fought game.
That was a playoff game. Exactly what we want to see.
Yeah,
exactly. And right away. Normally it takes a few games for them to start hating each other, and this one's right away. They're going. I'm excited for this game again too.
Yeah, and I'll say Dallas went 2 for 5 on the power play. Minnesota 1 for 4. So each team getting a power play goal in that game, which is massive for them. Kaprizov did score, but I got a big play. I got my play from watching that game.
Wow.
Electric all over the puck. Couldn't score on Gustafsson late, but I think Robertson First goal.
Ooh.
Robertson first goal plus 900. I love
He's
what I
great.
saw. He's great. He's on pucks. He
Those
wants
people
to
out
be a
there
shooter. He wants to
don't
be a
know him
shooter.
yet, watch him tonight.
Yeah, go ahead, Merles. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, people, if they don't know who Robertson is, you haven't paid attention to the Stars, you got to watch this kid. He's dominant.
He's dominant, and he wants to be a shooter. He wants to be a goal scorer. Robertson, first goal, plus 900. That's what I got. You got anything on this one, too, here tonight as we watch?
On this one, I gotta go back on the Stars. They ripped me apart the other night. I gotta come back on them. That's one of my EBR rules since the beginning. If the team loses home game 1, you got to bet that they don't go down 0-2 at home ice, and if they do, then that's just a bad beat, right?
Yeah, that is a bad.
I don't know which number rule I have that as officially. Let me see where it is. I got it down as rule number 5 on my EBR rule sheet. Home team loses game 1, hammer them game 2.
Yeah, hammer them.
That they fall into that category.
You guys think there'll be a Dumbo fight tonight?
Ooh. Great call. Great call.
You don't see too many fights.
You know,
during
if
the
I could
playoffs,
see,
you know?
I'll say if I could see who's gonna, because I think Dumbo would step up and take it, if there wants to be. I know it's the playoffs, but I could see Domi, because Domi came sniffing before, got a penalty. They both got penalties, roughing. Domi was hungry for that.
Yeah, well,
Domi's an honorable
size.
guy.
Like
Domi,
Reeves, not going to fight Reeves.
No,
or not Reeves, but he's not going to fight one of those other guys. Well, like Reeves isn't going to be fighting for. Like,
no, they don't want anyone to do that.
It's not going to be like that. It would be Dumba versus the little guy on the Stars.
I think Domi's the perfect guy. He's going to come try to take care of it. You know, he's got a little Ty Domi in him.
Do they have any other toughness at all on Dallas?
I'm trying to think who they got in the lineup.
Jamie Ben's pretty tough.
Ben, oh yeah, you don't want to fight Ben.
I think he's too big. Dumba wouldn't go him.
Ben will dance him. Domi will probably dance him too. But if that's the one you're going to show up for and just say, okay, let's make this right, Dumbo will do that. Good Western boy. He'll
Domi
step up.
beat the crap out of Dumba.
Yeah, he grabbed. Did you see that? Domi just came in after that hit. Just came in. Shoom, bam, jam, jam. It was unbelievable. What was that thing? Bertuzzi? Gee, quit throwing your Boston bets in on us here out of nowhere. We already did Boston.
First goal.
Yeah, Bertuzzi
he was
first
great.
goal. He was good. Yeah. Okay, G. I can see that. G. Sorry, I take it back.
Yeah, let's look for Oettinger again. He'll have a big game. Ottinger. What do you call him? I'm the worst name guy.
Yeah, you're awesome at names.
Otter. Call him the Otter. Probably not his nickname.
So I like Robertson first goal. And let's keep an eye. Tonight's going to be electric.
I'm doing Stars money line.
Stars money line.
Just get the win.
They got to bounce back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dave Singer, great point. Ty Domi tweeted his son coming in after Dumba too. Ty's pissed about the hit. Ty's a beauty.
He can lace him up tonight.
Ty, they might have to dress Ty tonight. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
A funny story is, I forget who the guy was, but he was fighting Ty Domi back in the day. And he's like, this isn't fair. This guy wears 2 helmets. It's like, he got his helmet off. He'd go to hit him his head, and his head's like a bowling ball.
The guy's like the best fighter. He'd get you in the spin cycle. Just start spinning. Wa-bam, wa-bam, wa-bam. He's a machine. Ty Domi. What a legend. Maybe they might have to get him in the house down in Dallas, get the boys going. But there's your recap. There's your recap from last night, your games for tonight, Merles. G, you're going to go over some of these picks. I've got over 1.5 power play goals in that Canes Islander Robertson first goal in that Minnesota Dallas. That's what I'm looking at tonight. I know you guys have more action going. You got Coyle.
I got Charlie Coyle, anytime goal scorer, plus 350 tonight. Charlie Coyle, anytime goal scorer, plus 350. Played fantastic last game.
Yeah. Merles.
Yeah, my plays, I got Bruins 3-way minus 139. I'm getting the Oilers series minus 130. I'm getting 97 first goal plus 700. And a fun bet for tonight for me is in the Bruins game. I'm doing Taylor Hall over 2.5 shots plus 120. He was a little too quiet for me last game.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that can step up and have a huge game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple points. I'm looking for him.
And I'm going to call myself out. I'm off the Army's puck line parlay the last 2 nights. It's just embarrassing. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Game Notes Daily. Oh, my God. Just a joke. Let's take it easy. Let's just see how these series play out. We might have to get
I
into
think
it.
Pump the brakes a little bit. Let's feel this
Remember,
out.
responsibly, bet responsibly.
Who did you have the first game though? You had Bruins.
I had
and
the
Carolina,
early
so
games.
It'll probably happen now tonight. That's how it
Carolina
works.
didn't score the empty netter, screwed me, and then last night was a debacle. The Jets just caved in, and so did Seattle. The Jets in Seattle just went on the road and caved their teams in. It was unbelievable. I didn't see that coming, but anyways, everybody.
What happened at TNT? Anything good from TNT before we go?
It was awesome. It was awesome last night. We were hanging out last night with all the NBA on TNT guys. It was so cool. We did like a relay race. I posted it on. It was on the YouTube clip that they shared with MLB and Buster Posey and the boys, and it was so
Were you
cool.
hanging out with
Shaq.
Pedro Martinez?
Pedro Martinez is the fucking beauty. Like he was so much shorter than I expected from him. I expected, like, you see him up there commanding the mound in his career, and his personality though, he's so fun, he's so cool. And for all you Bruins fans out there, the Stanley Cup was with us in studio tonight. Like Mike Bolts, the actual keeper of the cup, was there with the cup. It was so cool to be around it, and how like everyone just like flocks to see the cup. And Pedro was like hovering his hands over it, like didn't want to touch it, and he was going all like woo woo woo. He was going all crazy like that. He's like, I know where this thing will be this year. He's saying it's coming back to Boston. He was going all nuts, obviously. So big Boston supporter, big Red Sox legend, and absolute beauty. Chuck, Shaq, Kenny. Those guys.
Was that your first time meeting those guys? Like Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, it was so crazy. And the craziest thing is like Shaq is way bigger than everyone, obviously, but like I couldn't believe it. Like we're standing there and I looked, and like Shaq is like a foot taller than Chuck. And he's huge. Yeah. So Ernie was awesome too. Like just a classy, awesome dude, dressed so sick. He'd like opened his suit. He had like the sickest like liner on his suit, like just custom. Like he looked so cool. And just like they're just like the nicest people. It's a really fun vibe in there. All the people behind the scenes are amazing. So it was a really fun first night for me. I'll be in there again tomorrow night. I'll be chilling and watching tonight with Biz probably. He'll be doing some deep nasal breathing, just getting her going. So trying to open up the nasal passages, clear his mind. But boys, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Another afternoon in the books.
Yep.
Chicklets game notes daily. Thank you all for following along. Thank you all for your comments. G, thanks for bringing everyone in. Merle's great job last night. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow at noon. Right, guys?
Yep. Thanks.
That is correct.
See you, everybody. Until
Let's
tomorrow.
go Oilers.
Yeah, let's go.